We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, and this is the Land Academy Show.
This is episode number 2238. Today we're trying something new. We are going off script with Jack and Jill. In fact, we're calling it Off Script Friday with Jack and Jill. If it catches on, we'll continue to do it every Friday or every other Friday. This was a suggestion by our staff because they looked at our numbers very closely and they speak with our current members and would-be members, and they have a lot to say, I guess, our members about us horsing around with each other.
So was the conversation, no one really listens on Friday anyway, so just talk about what you want to talk about?
Well, it wasn't even Friday. The whole Friday business was me. I said, we wrap land. We put land in the middle of the crazy stuff that Jill and I do anyway. So why not just talk about crazy stuff and see if real estate enters it? We'll see. Each day on the show, we answer a question from our Land Academy member Discord forum and take a deep dive into land-related topics by popular request.
Is this a Jack
asks,
question?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it really like working with your spouse all those years?
I have to think about, was that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
I
for
kick off the topic. We'll go straight into the off-script Friday.
Okay. We're just going to call this whole thing off script. Working together, gosh, how long have we been working together now? 16, roughly,
Yeah.
years? So, lovely. Challenging.
All of our friends ask us, or ask me anyway,
Weird.
geez, so you've been traveling around in an RV for the entire summer for the last 4 years? Yeah. I could never do that with my husband or my wife. Never. So recently I've been saying, well, what do you mean? Wait. Why? Like, do you guys go out to dinner? Oh, yeah. Do you guys have fun? Oh, everything's great. The kids are out of the house. We're happy. But no, there's no way I could live with my husband in an RV for 6 months in 300 square feet. They can't answer why. But we do it.
I know. And I can't answer why.
And we work together. They don't work together.
I know. I guess it's just who we are. I feel very fortunate, though, for me, it didn't get too old for us, I don't think. Although you used to have a 5 o'clock. Oh, no, there was a thing like we didn't want to talk about work. There was times in the beginning where it was just too much. And it was too much for us, and it was too much for anybody around us, because we'd be like, you guys, knock it off. That's because it would be all we would talk about. It would just be consuming. So, because land is also a hobby for us. We both love it. So what do? We get in the RV and go look at land, and just enjoy land. And like I said the other day, if anytime we go look at something, like we have a falling down, uninhabitable mobile home in Idaho, and we're like, this is the greatest thing ever. We saw it last summer, and it's just sitting there waiting for us. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but we can't sell it because we love it. It's great. So, I don't know. What do you want to add?
I think when you start something, whatever it is, if you're starting it under duress, then it's no fun.
True.
There's going to be a lot of problems. Or when you start doing something, Jill and I are going through 2 separate startups right now. And it's a blast.
True.
We have the right people in place. We have the right capital.
We've done it before.
We've done it successfully before, and we know what not to do.
True.
And we have the luxury of having worked with each other for 15 years. So I know what she's good at it. I know where to stay out of the way. But when you're new, especially if you're under duress, Jill came in right when my company needed to be entirely and completely turned around. This transition that we're going through in real estate, where houses are probably better, or need to be added to your, like we talked about on Monday, need to be added to your land operation. That needed to happen, and we did it. Mm-hmm. And we found out pretty quickly that she I'm not the best person to negotiate the deal. She is. She's better on the phone. I'm better with the data. I can jam her pipeline full, and on and on and on. So when you're going through those things and trying to figure out what that's all about, it's no fun.
Yeah.
In fact, it's so hard that unless you need to do it, and we did at the time, it was around 2009-ish, we needed to succeed at this, or it was we would have to go back to work. I haven't had a real job at that point for 10 plus years. So nobody wanted that. So we made it work.
True.
So that's what it's like. That's why I can spend an entire summer in 400 square feet with Jill, because we've been through that. We've been to hell and back in the situations, and there's a lot of history there. So when people come to me and say, there's no way I could do that with my husband. We get this all the time in Land Academy. Within Land Academy, we get people coming to us saying, we're trying to work together and we can't do it.
It is hard. It's hard. It takes, you know what, there's give and take on both. I think what we did early on, and it was, even that was hard, was divide up the sheet.
Yep.
Dividing up the sheet and responsibilities was easy. Really staying in your lane is hard.
Yep.
It's very easy to trip over into the other person's side, and you have to go, whoa, there's a wall here. And you know what's funny? I think too, because we have years of consistent proof, knowing what each person's good at, and I don't have to prove to Jack anymore about, I got this, please leave the room, let me have the phone call kind of thing. And it's good because it went from land negotiations to pretty much everything. Primary residence, even, I'm gonna negotiate the deal. The sailboat, I'm gonna negotiate the deal. I'm like, I do it and then come to him when it's done. I just, you know what I still do? It's so funny. Like the sailboat, tell me how you want this to go. What do you want the end result to be? And I will do my best to make that happen, or I'll get as darn close as I can, to that happening. And that's how we roll.
In the beginning, I'm a huge fan of, in the beginning for sure, sitting down with the calendar, setting up rules, setting up procedures for everything, and not just for that week, but for the procedure for when a property comes in or whatever ends up happening between Jill and I. There's rules and a procedure and a calendar event. Right. And so we don't have to do that anymore. It's a huge luxury. We bought this boat. I don't know when we closed on it, really recently. And both of us just kicked in to do with the stuff that we're used to doing. Yeah. I knew what she was going to handle. She knew what I was going to handle. Some of it crosses over a little bit, and it goes out of a lane a little, and we both know what to do. Mm-hmm. So that doesn't happen overnight. It takes years. True. And so if you can deal with it, the thing about Jill and I is that we both wanted to accomplish the same thing. And you could see it as far out there as you look. You can see that success. We just went about it really differently. Jill's a social person. I'm not. I'm a technical spreadsheet data person. And we both know that. Mm-hmm. And I don't ask her to do that, and she doesn't ask me to do her stuff.
That's what's great, too.
And when something goes wrong, I'll tell you what really changed with you in a great way. When something goes wrong, it's very human to start blaming people. And so if you're in a marriage or in a business partnership and something goes wrong and you're blaming somebody, I don't know why. Who knows why you're doing that? It's going to end fast.
Who cares? Fix it.
Just fix it. That's it.
Fix it, move on. Who cares? It doesn't matter how we got here. It doesn't matter how we got here. Here we are. Let's work out. How can we best get out of this jam?
Yep.
Together.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. I don't know. What other things have you...
You don't like this.
No, I'm not good at this off script.
You don't like it off script.
No, I don't know what to talk about. We talk all day.
What do you want to talk about, Jill?
I don't have anything to talk about. You know what? Well, how about this? I'm excited for 2025. I'm excited for the second half of 2025 because there's some great stuff in Land Academy going on behind the scenes. I signed an NDA and I can't talk about it, but I'm really excited.
You signed your own NDA.
I did sign my own NDA.
Yeah, we're releasing some amazing products.
I know.
Interest rates are going to go down here. We're going to wake up. Most of us are going to wake up, and the Feds are going to reduce interest rates. It's going to have a massive, overnight, immediate impact in a positive way to what's happened, the stagnation of real estate. And so, I'm super excited about that too.
I know because of the longevity, how long I've been in business, plus you doing this, every time I'm bored, I'm thinking, oh, the sky is falling, it's not going to happen, whatever it is, I'm like, just stop it. Enjoy the boredom for just a few minutes.
Yep.
Because like interest rates, something's going to happen and it's all going to kick back up again. And we're going to be running around like crazy people. So give it a minute. Some of it's summertime. So what? Relax, enjoy it, be ready, fine tune your business, get better at something that you've been meaning to spend some time on. Maybe it's trolling, maybe it's pricing, maybe it's answering the phones, fixing your website. I don't know. Work on all that other stuff and be ready for when things start to go crazy and things kick back up, because it will happen, because it always does. And you're always going to wish you had 10 more of whatever it was you just sold.
Great advice. Join us next week for more land and house flipping investment contact. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
We are Jack and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.